Hey gamers. I just wanted to record a little thing, kind of like an update, and if you've seen the Patreon lately, you wouldn't probably be able to notice that things are kind of slow lately, and that's mainly due to the fact that, I'm kinda burned out, and I recognized what exactly was the source of the issue pretty quickly after I realized that I'm just really exhausted when it comes to making audio stuff, and I think it has to do with the fact that, like, the one-shot kind of format was really tuckering me out. And that's mainly just because I made them not only just so quickly, just bam, 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 but also the fact that I really love the long-form sort of storytelling, and I can't really do that with the one-shots. And, you know, I thought the remedy might be to do something very simple and easy to edit together, like the Company with a Mercenary, which has been fun to make so far, but that ended up not being like the exact solution I needed. And what I think is the solution is to just kind of cut out the one-shot audios, at least for now. Like, I don't want to say I'm never making them again, but like, unless I really want to, I don't think I'll be jumping back into those anytime soon. Because when it comes to writing a story and really fleshing things out, I don't want to just kind of make just a simple thing. I really want to make something that people can actually chew on and analyze and deep dive, because that's the sort of stuff that I like to dive into. The Marvel movies and the easy to watch and sit down and turn your brain off stuff. That's fine entertainment, at least most of the time. Obviously it's a case-by-case basis for whatever you're talking about, but like, the things that really stick with me as a person who loves media in general, whether it's movies or TV or video games or music or anything like that, is the sort of stuff that keeps you thinking about it days, weeks, or months, or even years after it's done. And that's the sort of stuff I want to make, with a lot of different layers and themes and metaphors within the own writing and stuff like that. That's the sort of thing I want to make, which is like pretty much the entire inspiration with Mind Flayer. I wouldn't even say Mind Flayer is a crowd-pleasing audio series, really, but it's definitely one that I've poured a lot of thought into, and I really enjoyed making stuff like that, even if it takes a ton of effort. Same with Starline, especially Starline 2. There's, like, to a lesser extent, but there's a lot of themes that kind of wraps around itself, and you can really figure out that there's something to say. Like, there's an actual message behind each of these little series, and I want people to be able to dig into that if they really want to. And with one-shots, they're cute, they can be fun, but I can't really do that, and I feel creatively drained by constantly trying to make one-shots. And the reason I was making so many was just because I was trying to beat my own self-imposed schedule. Like, I was trying to queue up videos 2 weeks or a whole month in advance before making anything else, and I think that ended up just beating me down before I could ever beat such a time limit, because by the time I got anywhere near 2 weeks in advance or something like that, I was just really tired. Like, it took a lot out of me, and I don't want to lose that fuel. Like, burnout in any industry is inevitable when you work in it, but this one in particular, I just didn't feel like what I was making was resonating with me. And yeah, which is sad, because I think the reason that people rewatched Starline a lot was because there was something to really like return to, and little details in the writing and stuff like that that I put in that made rewatching worth it, which is something I'm really proud of. And I think I don't really get that from these other one-shots that I've been kind of just pumping out. I don't want to oversaturate my own channel with all that stuff, and I think that's what's been happening. And I thought that I had to upload twice a week just to keep up with making YouTube happy, but eventually even YouTube kind of like turned away, because like one month I was doing great, and then the next month I was doing average, and then suddenly like this month it's just tanked in terms of like algorithm and how much attention YouTube's just suddenly giving me. It just dropped to very little, and you know, I want to take a break, but unfortunately this is my work, and if I take a break that means I'm not getting paid, and I can't pay rent if I don't work, so that sucks. But yeah, it is worrying to like, I don't mind if things stagnate. I'm totally fine with like the same amount of people watching my stuff, but like YouTube itself just suddenly pulled away, I guess, the recommendations and showing my videos off, because within the span of a month, I think Starline went from like 5,000 views a day, which was awesome, to like 500 views a day, which would be cool by itself, but it's just that also goes for every single one of my other videos being hit with a similar percentage in a drop off, I guess. And suddenly my everything started taking, and like I said, I gotta pay rent, which is sad. And I think the solution here is to not oversaturate things. I don't want to become a little factory for the typical boyfriend gives you a massage and then stabs you yandere surprise XDDD video, or whatever the fuck. I really want to make something unique to me, and I feel like by just constantly feeling the need to make audios the way I did, I wouldn't be fulfilling that. And I'd rather sit down and focus on these like bigger projects purely, instead of both those and the small ones. Just because I'm really passionate about these bigger stories that I've written out, and I want to deliver something that basically everyone can just chew on and dissect and really get a feel for and figure out what I'm actually saying as a story, instead of, you know, just the fun, comfortable, but kind of played out, just one boyfriend audio at a time, which I don't really feel like is my thing the more I do it. Like, obviously, ex-listener stuff I'm still doing, but like those will be in the long form series instead of just a audio. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm gonna keep working. I'm probably gonna take this weekend off. I was supposed to stream today, but I was passed out for like from 4 till 7. Yeah. Which sucks. I wanted to play Hooked on You, but I was so just exhausted for some reason that I needed to just pass right out. But yeah, thank you for listening to me whine for a little bit. And on the good news, I figured out exactly how the audio series that I'm currently making is going to end. As in, like, not just the end of the first, I guess, season. Like, I knew how that was going to end for a while, but I'm talking, like, very end. Yeah, just for reference, I plan out the ending of this stuff almost at the start of writing. Mind Flayer, I know how that's going to end in years from now. Same with this. Hopefully you guys enjoy the ride getting there. But yeah, thank you for listening. And hopefully things look up. I also plan on maybe starting YouTube memberships just to help with things, and maybe if you don't like Patreon, you want to keep things all to YouTube, you'll get emojis and maybe early video access, maybe some exclusive stuff. We'll see how things pan out. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I can think about saying. Of course, all my links are in the description below if you want to check out anything else that I do, like Twitch or Twitter or anything like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. It really means the world. Like, I still see these numbers on the studio, and even though YouTube itself is like pretty much putting a big spotlight on these numbers and saying you're not doing as good right now and you need to do better, you're sucking ass right now, somehow the way that they structure it, they make the sight of seeing 163k views a month seem like a bad thing. But then I like sit down and think about it, and I take away that big down arrow, and I'm like, damn, that's 163,000 views a month. Holy shit. Yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, like 29,000 hours a month. It's nutty, and I'm really grateful. I don't want to sound like, oh, we need to pump these rookie numbers up. Like, I am genuinely just astonished by what you guys have done for me. It is, I cannot be more grateful. It's just, I think YouTube helps contribute to that thing, like, you need to keep growing and growing and growing. There's no comfortable spot, you just need to keep going, and if you're not doing that, then we're taking the spotlight away from you, and we're gonna make you feel bad about it. Yeah, which sucks, but like when you really just sit down and think about it, it's still just crazy what y'all are doing for me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off now before I go on another tangent, but yeah. Audios will keep coming. I'm gonna finish out The Company with a Mercenary before I start on the new fantasy series, and then probably jump on a Mind Flayer 2, maybe other projects if that comes along. But yeah, that's all for now. Stay safe, and peace.